Okay, I haven't shaved my legs in like 3 weeks. Can you make sure that that's not in there? Don't get out of here.
Hi, I'm Phil Kazmierzak. Welcome to episode 9 of Property Management Uncensored. This week's episode is entitled Lowered Expectations. And not just because we're going to be doing Samantha's annual evaluation live on the air. It's going to be fun.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Do you remember, I know you're younger. Do you remember Mad TV?
Yes.
They had a skit on there. It was called Lowered Expectations.
I don't think my expectations can get much lower than they already are. Just saying.
All right. So today we are going to talk about the application process. And when I talk about lowered expectations, when we see these applications come through, it's our expectations that are lowered. It's not a reflection of what we do.
Yes. Can we make that clear?
Yeah, let's make that clear. It's not about us. It's not us. It's you. So the issue that we have, and this happens all the time, probably 90% of applications that we get are not correct.
They're incomplete.
Incomplete.
Yes.
Very incomplete. And it's so easy. It's spelled out for you exactly what to submit, what to type in. It says monthly gross income. Do you think we get that number?
No.
No,
I think, what did we get yesterday?
We got $30.
Yeah, $30. Somebody makes $30 a month.
Yeah. So I would say that over 90% of our applications submit an incomplete application. Mm-hmm. So, and we could just reject them. We could keep your application fee and be like, nope, done, move on. But we don't do that because our goal is obviously to rent the property for the client.
So kind.
Yes, because you are so kind. You are a great person. So we have to reach back out and go back and forth and gather the pay stubs or the bank statements or the ID or the social security card or all the other things that we need, which are clearly labeled in this application.
Yeah, I really wish that the application process didn't let them push through until they had all of that stuff.
I hear that it is working on that our software portfolio is working on that, at least when it comes to the ID verification section.
Okay.
They won't be able to submit until they do all those things, including the selfie.
Yeah, but I also had really high hopes for the last thing that we integrated, and that really let me down. So
that is true. We'll see what happens in January, February when they're supposed to push this out. And our standards are very easy. They're clearly laid out. All you need is an ID, your social security card, 2 months of pay stubs, or 6 months of bank statements if you're self-employed. That's it.
Yes.
Like, it's easy.
Unless it looks sketchy, then I'm going to ask for
Then
more.
we may ask for some more information. And that was before we did the ID verification. Mm-hmm. So if that process works, we shouldn't need any information. And the monthly gross income is probably the thing I see incorrect the most as I'm reviewing things after you review them, because they're never correct. They'll put their net income, which is probably going to disqualify them.
I don't think that most people know how much money that they make. Like, they don't know. I don't know if it's yearly or monthly, but they just don't know how much money they make.
Well, based on the credit card bills that we see on their credit report, I'm going to guess that's correct.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you have $75,000 of credit card debt.
The anxiety that I feel reviewing some of the credit reports, I couldn't live like that.
I know. I couldn't either.
It's bad.
I know. But yesterday, like you mentioned, there was that one that put that they make $30 a month, which obviously was an hourly rate, but we needed to get the pay stubs to verify that, of course. Sometimes they put their annual salary. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Well, they say they make $75,000 and they're not making $75,000 a month. So we've got to back that out, verify that by the pay stub, resubmit it.
Yep.
That's never fun. But if everything is done, or once we do gather all the information, we can have a decision within a few hours. As long as the rental verification comes back quickly.
Yes.
Within a few hours, we have a decision. Yeah. It's so easy.
Yep.
And I'm like, help us help you.
Yeah.
Please help us help you.
I think we have one of the easiest application processes. Usually, I think they ask for 6 months worth of pay stubs and not what we ask for.
Yeah. So. Or they'll submit last year's tax returns.
People go off tax returns a lot. That's a little bit sketchy because that's a whole year that you can have a difference in your income and your job.
Yeah, we won't take it at all. I mean, it's December now and you want to submit your 2023 tax returns. That doesn't tell me anything about you being currently employed.
Yeah.
At all. So I'm not taking that.
Yep.
Nope, because our job is to put the highest qualified tenant that we can find in a property. That's what the owners pay us to do. And if we're not if I'm not going to put someone into property I own, I'm not going to put them into a property that someone else owns.
You want to know what I had to lower my expectations on?
Well, is this going to be a long list or?
Well, no, just with applications. I guess I thought that everybody over the age of 30 would have a credit score. And there are a lot of people who have been trucking through life up to like 50 and 60 with no credit score.
Absolutely.
And that's insane to me.
Yep. They pay cash for everything. I don't know how they do it.
Because they have it like that, or
I don't know.
I think some people are scared of the government, and so they don't like to hold bank accounts.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, that's legit.
When we go through these bank account or these applications, I'm like, this is why people want to get rid of the Department of Education, because people can't read like basic understanding instructions.
And it's laid out one by one, like numbered instructions.
And we have those questions at the bottom of the application. Have you been evicted or something like that? I'm about to make a question in there. Did you go back and read everything? Next question. Are you sure you went back and read everything?
Yes. My favorite one in there is that my name is Stephanie.
Oh.
I got that again yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I'd like a fake name tag that says Stephanie. So,
well,
that's going to be my alias.
Last week, two people, both of it was a couple, I think, that you showed it to, and neither of them knew your name.
I know, and I just showed it to them the day before.
You're not very memorable, apparently.
That's weird. No, Stephanie is, though. Stephanie is memorable.
Stephanie memorable, yes. Well, when I get those complaints for Stephanie, I'll be like, well, I don't know. I don't know who these are for.
Exactly why I want the name tag.
So assuming we get everything and we approve the application, it's then a really simple process. You get an email. It's our approval letter. All the next steps are laid out. But again, people don't read it.
Yeah.
At all.
I know. They read the first 3 sentences.
Yeah, that says you're approved.
That's what I've gathered, because it has they're approved. It has their deposit, what they have to pay. But then anything other, like the next, if you read just like 2 more sentences, it says like how to pay it and like when to expect everything, and they don't get that far.
No, and how often do we get an email or a text the day before, 2 days before, saying, how do I pick up my keys?
Yes, every single
time, if they would just read the email.
But you want to know what the worst part is I haven't made a canned response. I still type it up every single time, letter per letter, and let them know how.
That's nice of you.
I know, because you say refer back to your move-in letter.
Absolutely.
But then I've come to realize that if I do that, then they're like, well, can you resend me the move-in letter? And so it's just easier if I type it up.
What did I say to someone the other day? They said, I'm not satisfied with the security deposit disposition. And I wrote back, I'm not concerned with whether you're satisfied or not. This is someone that moved out, and he said, I am so busy. I don't have time to do any of the move out guidelines. So will you do these for me? Of course we're going to do them for you, because it's our job. So we did them all for him. And then he gets the bill for everything, and he's like, this doesn't work for me. Well, you should have thought about that a month ago when you moved out and decided not to do everything.
Did he respond to that?
He did not respond. Okay. I'm waiting for it. I sent it on Monday, and he didn't respond yet.
You get a lot less backsplash is not, why do I want to say backsplash? Backlash. Yeah, backlash than I do.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why.
Because nobody wants to argue back with you. You're mean.
I lay out all the facts.
You leave it cut and dry, like there's nothing else to say.
And on that one, I understand there was confusion on the disposition, because it did say carpet cleaning and there was no carpet in that unit. That's how our system is coded. Like we had to go in and steam the floors because they had pets and it smelled gross.
I see what you're saying.
So we had to steam the floors. We labeled it as carpet cleaning. I totally get that. I explained that to him. And on the invoice, it said, property smelled so bad, we had to do this 3 times. Here's your bill. So I sent that to him with the invoice where it said that. And he did not respond.
Okay. I mean, good.
I mean, the judge is going to see the same thing if he wants to take it to court.
Yeah.
Who's he going to believe? A tenant that says, no, my dog didn't smell that bad, or an invoice that says, yeah, you did?
Well, I think that pet owners do become oblivious to their own pet smells.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I think it's like people who can't, I think that happens with your BO.
I think that probably does too.
I think
like, how do you not know?
And it happens with pets and pet owners. Like they can't smell their own dogs.
Yep.
And they can't smell the own stuff around them in their house.
What do they call it? Nose blindness or something like that?
I think
it was on a commercial.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I took Cooper, I have an adorable little pit bull Cooper. I took him for a bath the other day because I walked in the house and I was like, damn, he smells. So I was like, Cooper, let's go for a car ride. And he gets all happy, he gets a little vest on and all that stuff. And then we get there and he's like, son of a bitch. Like, he knows.
So like,
he's like, I don't want to be here.
Could you imagine being taken out of the house like once every 3 months and then it's like Russian roulette? You don't know where you're going to go. You don't know if you can get excited.
I know, poor thing. And he loves going to the vet. He loves the people at the vet. He runs around, like he jumps and plays and just loves everyone there. But the dog wash place, absolutely not. And there's other dogs in there that are like screaming and barking, and he's like, I don't like this.
You dropped him off or you washed him yourself?
No, I washed him myself. It's a self-service dog place, dog wash place.
That would be fun.
They have big tubs. Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I've done it. Yeah.
With your husky?
Yeah, and it's another dog.
We're gonna get
a little 3-legged angel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A little tripod.
Yeah, a little tripod.
Speaking of pets, we use pet screening, which is a wonderful source for us because we no longer need to make the determination whether it's an ESA or a service animal. It is all done by that third party, and it goes to the tenants. They fill out the application, pay whatever that fee is, comes back to us with a FIDO score. We all have a FICO score. They have a FIDO score, 1 through 5, I think it is.
Yes.
With 5 being the best, 1 being higher risk.
Right.
Let's put it that way. And then that tells us what type of pet fee to assign to this particular pet. And of course, if it's a service animal or ESA, there's no charge for anything and no deposits, no fees, things like that. But pet screening has saved so much time.
Yeah, and it's easy to justify to potential tenants because they're like, oh, well, I have to pay a fee. And I'm like, well, the fee depends on how well you take care of your animal.
Yeah.
If you vaccinate your animal and, take it to the vet and,
right.
take care of it the way you're supposed to, then it's going to have a higher score and you're going to have a lower payment.
That's right. And it asks for like the rabies license number and things like that. So it's pretty specific. You can't lie on that kind of stuff. And my favorite part of it is the no pet affidavit. So if you don't have pets, you have to fill that out. And then if we find out you have a pet, we can take that form to court and be like, they lied right here. And now we can evict them because of that.
Yeah. I think getting your animal vaccinated for rabies is how the state knows that you have an animal. And then they tax you.
Yes.
On your animal.
Once a year, I get that letter in the mail for Cooper.
And if you don't do it and your dog gets out, you get a dog at large and a failure to pay taxes on your dog.
It sounds like you may know something about this. Would you like to tell me something about that?
I'm just saying, all of that's the ADHD. Like you say one thing and then like all of it just snowballs into all of these thoughts that run through my mind. But yes, I do know from experience.
I think I saw that on your background check. I'm pretty sure.
It was dismissed, but it's still on there. Yeah.
That's all right. We all have some stupid things on our records, I think. Well, if you've lived life at all, you have something on there, I think.
And if not, congratulations, you didn't get caught.
Exactly. It's not that you're a great person.
You're smarter than us.
I was just going to say, you're not better than us. You just didn't get caught.
Exactly.
Showings. Let's talk about showing up on time for showings.
My showing this morning was late.
Of course they were. Showings are always late.
6 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
No,
that's
not bad.
That's fine. I'll take 6 minutes any day of the week because normally it's like, oh, I forgot. I'm 45 minutes away. Can you wait for me? No, we're doing showings back to back at various properties all across Hampton
Tetris
Roads.
with my schedule.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that.
Especially if it's a last minute showing and then you're late on top of that.
Yeah. And usually it's, so I'll email while I'm waiting after like 5 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, I'll leave. And they always email after I leave. And then I don't see it because I'm going to my other appointments.
Yep.
And then I see it when I get back. And they're like, yeah, we showed up 35 minutes after and nobody was there. I'm like, yeah.
Go figure.
What do you mean?
You do give a longer grace period than I do. I give 10 minutes. And then I move on.
Implemented now.
Yeah. I don't. Time is money.
Yeah.
And it shows us.
Or at least just give me let me know you're going to be late.
Absolutely.
I get it. Things happen. Those drawbridges, they catch me every single time. Every time.
Yeah. Just give us a heads up that you're going to be late.
The trains, those are great too.
Yeah.
So I get it. Just let me know. I'm not the best texter and driver either, but, pull into a Wendy's.
Well, you're not supposed to text and drive, so that's probably a good thing. Of course, we all do it.
Yeah, not with our profession.
Yeah, so that's our process. Once we have, if assuming that showing applies, does everything correctly, or we go back and get all the information, We send them the move-in. Right before the move-in, a couple of days prior, we do the move-in inspection. We do not do that with tenants present because we want the inspector to be able to go around, do whatever they want to do, take as many photos as they want to take. They don't want tenants to be pointing out things that the inspector is automatically already going to see. So it's just easier. We do it ahead of time. We send the inspection to the tenants the morning of move-in with their lockbox code. Some people say, well, I want to move in Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Will you meet me there? No, I'm not going to meet you there. So that's why we moved over to contractors' boxes so we can just give someone the code the morning of their move-in.
Such a good idea.
They can move in at their convenience. They can keep the contractor box. So if they need to give someone access, a vendor, whatever, they don't need to be there.
And there's no excuses for no inspections, anything like that.
It's just so efficient, and I love efficiency.
Yeah. And then we don't have to worry about being here to get the keys back at the end, and it's just a whole bunch. So it's worth the little bit of extra money that it costs to just leave it there for the time being.
Absolutely. And people like it. They like to be able to move in at their convenience because things go wrong, with us. Things go wrong with them as well. Maybe they're picking up their moving truck late because the person in front of them was picking up their moving truck late, whatever. That's no one's fault. But this way, just move in at your convenience.
Yeah. My best friend is in property management, and she does weekend move-ins all the time. I'm like, what are you doing with your life? I don't know.
And she meets them at the property?
I think they meet her at the office, and they pick up. Well, okay, so I don't know if she does it so much now, but back in the day, all the time.
Yeah.
So.
No, thank you.
No.
I remember I was looking, this would have been 2008, 2009. It was way before I got into real estate, but we were looking for a rental, and we had to go to the office, sign out a key, drive 30 minutes to the rental, tour it by ourselves, and then drive back. And then you had to pay like a $25 deposit when you picked up the key. How inefficient is that?
Yeah, no, there's no way.
There's no way I would have
skipped on that property just so I didn't have to do that.
That was the standard back then.
Yeah, see. No.
They didn't have, and now they have electronic lock boxes like for tenants, and we don't use those obviously because we do agent-assisted showings. But now, there's no reason for them.
I don't even know how to use those.
So I got two of them one time with a company that I'm not going to mention because they were terrible. And I used them out in our property in Carrollton.
Nope, I go out there now.
Yeah. And I was like, because that's almost an hour away. And I was like, I don't want to show it every time. And I tried to use it, and it was just a nightmare. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it anymore.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah. And the technology was just coming out at the time. It wasn't as good as it is now. It was bad. Wow. Okay.
I've been trying to peek over at the rapid fire questions a few times. I haven't got to look at it long enough to get anywhere though.
Well, we're about to move.
And it's upside down.
That is true. We are about to move into our rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
These are new rapid fire questions because you're here often. So we're going to move into them. I pulled new ones from our friends.
Martha Stewart.
So question 1. What game show would you like to be on?
Ooh. Jeopardy? What's the one where you have to fill in the blanks of the letters?
Wheel of Fortune?
Is that, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have the wrong answers and I would embarrass myself.
No, I know
all the time.
I would have the wrong answers, but I think I would make it really funny.
I'd be a meme or a GIF or whatever all the time. A reel where people say something really bad. The South Park ones that make fun of it. That's where I would be. So I picked something where you win prizes easier, which is The Price is Right.
Okay.
I love that show.
I'm just not old enough to have watched any of those yet.
It's still on.
I know, but do you watch those? Is that what you do in your free time?
No, because I'm at work.
Okay. I don't know the names of them, but yeah.
It used to be hosted
by
by Bob Barker.
I'm going to go home and watch that.
And then Drew Carey took over 10 years ago or something.
I'm going to go home and watch it.
That's a good show.
I should have said, what is the one on, is it Wild and Out?
Is that... that would be, do you remember on MTV, there was a dating show called Next?
Yes. And Room Raiders?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would have been a good one to be on. Even Real World or Road Rules.
Oh, yeah. I think any of the ones back in the day would have been great.
Yeah.
Because Next isn't, what's the one where the moms, you date their moms?
I don't know.
And then you have to like pick the daughter after dating the mom.
I don't know, but I'm out already.
Stay tuned. I'll let you. Stay tuned. I'll keep you posted.
Okay. If your house was on fire and you could save one thing, assuming your kids and pets were out, and I had to add that part in there because I know you'd go for the pets. What would you get?
Wait, what about the plants? Are those... Oh, really? I got to pick between my plants?
Yeah, if that's what you want.
Dang. That's a messed up one. That's hard.
It would be a plant, though, you think?
No, and that's what breaks my heart the most. To be honest, probably my filing cabinet, just so I can be a proper adult and have the documents that I need to freaking start over.
Well, okay, so Samantha has social security cards of like everyone in her life.
Okay, listen. Why would you say that? Why would you say that on the internet?
She's the only adult that her friends know, apparently.
Okay, yes, apparently I'm the only trustworthy adult in the lives of a lot of the people in my life. Okay, so they give me their cards to hold on to, but they come back for them and then they give it back. Yeah, but I do have a lot of social security cards, and so I would take the filing cabinet. Your guys' social security cards are safe with me.
I was going to have this question originally. If your house is on fire and Giorgio and I were inside, who would you save and why would it be me?
I don't want to look off to the side right now.
I know. Giorgio's like, where did this come from? And then I was going to be filling out your annual review while you were answering that question.
There's your answer.
Okay, speaking of, you have been with the company 2 years in another week. It is a week from today.
That's crazy.
Only one other person has made it that far with me. Why do you think you've lasted this long?
One, I think our sense of humor, like, really are the same. I think you're like like we were yesterday. You were like, I would say the same exact thing, and you were like, I'm proud. I think, no, but I think we have a lot of respect for each other, for one, and you know, I think that we realize that we work as a team, and if you fail, then I fail, and if I fail, then you fail, and no, and I do. I think our sense of humor just goes like I've never been offended by you, but we will sit there and shoot the shit about the most random stuff all day long. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think it's first and foremost, you do your job. Like, that is the most important thing to me. I mean, the bar is here. All you have to do is meet that bar. That's it. I don't want to have to say...
I know how to code lockboxes.
That's right. I don't want to have to say, well, this is your job, but you can't do it, so I'll do it. Which is what I've done previously, which is a huge failure of my leadership in the past. So, one, you do your job, and then we just get along great. So,
well, and I don't want to be micromanaged, so I make sure that I perform in a way that I never be put in a position to have to be micromanaged.
Yep.
And again, I think that's where respect comes from too.
I agree. You win $1 million and you can't save it. What's the first thing you buy?
Ooh, a house.
Mine's an investment property.
Yeah, let's be smart. A house. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Take notes.
A couple duplexes.
Yeah.
Maybe a quad.
Yeah, because I did something to return that money.
If you had to sing a karaoke song to save your life, what song would you sing?
Like word for word?
Word for word.
Mockingbird by Eminem.
Really?
Don't know why. Yeah.
We're going to have to go to a karaoke bar and figure this one out.
I don't know why.
And edit it to this video.
Yeah, and edit to this video. Absolutely.
Please don't.
Wow, okay.
It's actually kind of embarrassing.
Mine would probably be...
Eminem is awesome.
Mine would be any like country, like Garth Brooks song, like any of them.
Really? I don't think I could do Garth Brooks. I could do a lot of Zach Bryan songs I could do. He was recently on a podcast.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No, it was not. If you had a warning label, what would it say?
Why did I just hear laughter in the background as if everybody else knows what they would say about me? I had a friend once that said if I had a warning label, it would say WebMD across my forehead.
Wow.
If I had a warning label, do not disturb.
Okay.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do not disturb.
I like that. And the last one, what is your guilty?
Wait, what would you say?
For my warning label?
Well, yours and mine.
Don't expect a hug. For me.
I don't think we've ever hugged.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
What would mine say? Secretly sensitive.
Really? Really?
No, not really. We talked about that earlier.
It would be something about it's a quote. If you can't say something nice, say something clever and devastating.
Yes. Oh, that's
Something
a good
like that.
one. Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
And the last question, what is your favorite guilty pleasure TV show?
The OC, I can't say the OC. The Ultimatum.
The Ultimatum.
Yeah, or any of those like cringy the ones where they date in the pods too. Love is Blind.
Love is Blind. Yeah, that's a good one.
Too Hot. Like all of those stupid, like when I want to go to sleep at night, but I don't want to get into something because then I'll stay awake and watch it.
Yeah.
I'll turn on one of those and just listen to the cringiness that happens in the background because it distracts my mind and I can fall asleep. What's yours?
The Kardashians.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to watch it.
You're the reason they're famous.
It's a train wreck and I love it. It makes me feel so normal.
Yeah,
well,
I
poor,
can
but
see
normal.
why. Yeah, absolutely poor. Absolutely poor.
All right, Samantha, thank you for joining us again today and going through our application and move-in process. Thank you for joining us, Property Management Uncensored. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the last episode of this season.
Yes.
So tune in then.